So Stacey Plasket, I don't know who is familiar with Stacey Plasket, but she is a Democratic congresswoman, or she's not exactly a congresswoman. So she's from the Virgin Islands. She's a representative, but she's a non-voting representative or something like that, like from Puerto Rico and so Washington, D.C., stuff like this.
They're like representatives that have less.
They just don't get a vote when the whole thing, when they put something to a full vote.
Okay.
They don't.
But they can like advocate for their.
They still have a lot of power. They can be put into positions on administration, administrative boards, on oversight committees, that type of shit. So then they do actually have power.
Okay.
So one thing, I had sent you this the other day.
Mm-hmm. I remember.
And I thought it was very odd. So we can take a look at this.
I don't know what the hell is going on in this.
Yeah.
So this is our lady. What's her name again? Stacey.
Stacey Plasket.
Plasket. Okay.
And here, I'll just not show us right now. But this was a weird thing. In that, if you watch while she's giving her little address here, and this was, I believe, during the Twitter files. Weaponization of government censorship that was going on with Matt Taibbi. Now, this is another thing. I covered this a little bit previously on Radioville. How this is the woman that was calling Matt Taibbi and Michael Schellenberger like so-called journalists, and she had at one point after the hearing had called for Matt Taibbi to be jailed because he referenced an institution, some acronym, AIU instead of AUI or some. It was some ridiculous shit. So she was not nice at all. She's not known for being a nice person. She's whatever. But this was during this little address that she had during those proceedings. Watch the girl behind her. There's a close up of her on the bottom there. It's a very odd thing that's going on here. So let's just take a listen. Let me make sure this volume's on.
Page 55 from the committee's interview with FBI employee Roya Demlow, who you just spoke about, which took place on July 17, 2023. In that line, she says,
what the fuck is happening?
The question was asked, okay, if someone were to leave here today, were to leave this interview, suggest or imply that when you said...
Okay, does everybody see what we're looking at here? Let's explain.
Yeah, what's going on here? This person asks.
This has the appearance of a
Svengali.
A very sophisticated ventriloquist act of some type. Yeah. So what we're looking at here, guys, just to explain, because I didn't quite catch it myself the very first time. I kind of just thought it was weird. But what's extra weird about it is she is moving her mouth exactly in time,
because when Stacey Plasket clears her throat or something like that, she is mouthing these things. It's not as if she's reciting it because she wrote it.
She knows the script.
Here, let's take another look at that real quick because this is going to lead somewhere.
Yeah, can you start at the beginning? Or?
Yeah, this is the beginning.
Okay. 55 from the committee's interview.
Okay, wait, I'm going to restart that because it's there where she stammers real quick. You'll notice.
Which took place on July 17th.
And everybody understanding what we're saying here, it's like,
watch.
How?
Watch this. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
With FBI employee Roya Demlow, who you just spoke about, which took place on July 17th, 2023. In that line,
okay, so Tom,
she says with her, you know what I mean? Yeah. She's saying the non-written part.
Tom thinks this lady is magically being controlled by this other lady.
I'm not exactly sure what is going on here, but
I don't like it.
I don't like it either. Now, let's get into who is Stacey Plasket. Hey, guys, look at that. Okay, so let me go and get this full screened rather than that format. And so a little bit more of a deep dive into who is Stacey Plasket. Now there was some controversy a bit ago about her connections with Jeffrey Epstein. Now here's a little write-up about that. How Jeffrey Epstein helped a rising Democratic star pull off a political upset. Democrat Stacey Plasket says she didn't solicit Epstein for donations. Emails tell a different story. Now this is stemming from, she was denying any connection with him. Then the lawsuit between the Virgin Islands and Chase Morgan Bank for the financing of Epstein's activities started going on. A
Okay.
shitload. This is when Chase Morgan accidentally deleted like 8,000 emails and got nothing for that.
I trust them.
Yes. No, this is obviously on the up and up.
You're very suspicious.
But yes.
Of
Now,
a lot of people who have proven to be,
yeah.
contributing members of society.
Well-wishers.
Yeah.
But so then once these emails surfaced, they contradicted her former actual testimony on this subject. So let's take a little. Democratic Congresswoman Stacey Plasket of the Virgin Islands won her election in 2014 in one of the biggest upsets in the political history of her district. But Plasket, now hailed as a rising star in the Democratic Party, may owe her surprise win in no small part to pedophile Jeffrey Epstein, newly released emails show. Plasket met Epstein numerous times after her entry into politics in 2014, visiting Epstein's office in the Virgin Islands and his New York City townhouse. She said in a deposition last month the meeting occurred after Epstein's conviction, after he was convicted on child sex crimes and was publicly known. But Plasket nonetheless met the registered sex offender to solicit campaign donations for herself and Democratic committees. Though she had denied knowing Epstein contributed to her campaign, emails revealed in court documents show her directing a fundraising consultant to ensure Epstein is invited to her fundraiser. I would be grateful for his support, Plasket wrote in the 2018 email. So this is well after he's been established as a child sex trafficker. Okay.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah. But wait, I really have a lot to get to. But go on.
I just want to know this though. Does the Virgin Islands have like looser laws about consent?
So that's going to come in.
Age of consent.
That's going to come in.
Okay.
Yeah. So this was well before that. Details of the relationship are revealed in court documents released as a part of the lawsuit in the government of Virgin Islands filed against J.P. Morgan. Emails released show that Epstein jumped at a request in 2014 to help Plasket in her underdog campaign. Now, a lot of this is a long. So here Epstein first helped Plasket's campaign at the request of Virgin Islands First Lady Cecile de Jong, according to emails. Now, this is an email here, and in which de Jong says, "Your help is needed. We are trying to get Stacey Plasket elected to Congress." De Jong, who also worked for Epstein's office manager, noted that Plasket's strongest primary challenger, then Virgin Island legislator Sean Michael Malone, had criticized Epstein's sexual exploits at a Senate hearing a week earlier. She said, "He is nasty and needs to be defeated." Adding, "We would have a friend in Stacey," referring to Stacey Plasket. Okay.
Okay. So
this goes through the 75. They needed 75,000. All of the money that. So this is an article on this. Now, this on its face is obviously bad, correct?
Yeah, but somebody could chalk it up to like, hey, they'll just take money from anybody.
Yeah, like she wasn't aware. Now, this makes it explicitly...
or even if she is, she's like, fuck it, money's money.
I mean, I guess it's just the dirty world of politics. But now here's where we get into... Now, this is a big problem that I have with this. Now, Stacey Plasket on her own is enough to be like, what the fuck are you doing? Whatever. That's a whole... But what people I don't think realize, and I've said this before on here, is the actual nature of Jeffrey Epstein's trafficking and abuse. They think, for some reason, because the media kept portraying it as if he was getting, 17-year-old, just barely legal girls to party with elites. That's not what this was.
Right.
So if you have an intimate relationship, now Plasket was working with Epstein for over a decade. Intimately, like the law firm that represented him, to multiple facets of his business and his criminal enterprise. So,
okay.
So this is okay. So the next thing.
So now, what interest did he have in getting this lady into power?
Well,
in the Virgin Islands,
exactly. So now,
in particular,
let's take a look at this little article. Former Virgin Islands Attorney General says governor pressured her to allow Jeffrey Epstein onto the island. A former U.S. Virgin Islands Attorney General revealed in court documents made public Thursday that the governor of the territory pressured her to give convicted child sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein special treatment. In July, statements under oath, Denise George testified that the Democratic governor, Albert Bryan Jr., pressured her in 2019 to issue a special waiver to Epstein, which she denied to do, that would allow him to enter the Virgin Islands, and despite his sex offender status, that prevented his entry, according to court documents.
Gotcha.
Now, this Denise George was then fired by the governor unexpectedly 4 days after her office sued J.P. Morgan Chase over its dealings with Epstein. So that's odd.
Okay.
She says, my thoughts about that even then, in particular then, it did not sit right with me. Because my thing is, first of all, why is the governor, getting involved in a matter of law enforcement or the attorney general asked to make based on law, that is, and that he was doing so on behalf of a convicted sex offender, sexual offender, child predator, Jeffrey Epstein. So,
and this is the governor of the Virgin Islands.
Yes.
So,
now let's get into this a little more.
Okay.
What did the Virgin Islands know about Jeffrey Epstein? All right. So
this is from Intelligence.
This is this is New York Magazine, I believe.
Okay.
New York Magazine, the Intelligencer portion. So this is just going to profile that the governing bodies of the Virgin Island and Jeffrey Epstein had an intimate relationship, and it goes through a bunch of these things. But the one that I want to get to is the First Lady. Now, this is probably the most damaging parts of the exhibit are the communications between Epstein and Cecile de Jong, the former First Lady of the Virgin Islands. De Jong had managed companies for Epstein until 2007, and in return, he paid the tuition for her and the governor's children, according to the... Okay.
And this is who was communicating
with Stacey Plasket.
Stacey Plasket.
Yes,
okay.
This was her... sort of mentor or whatever.
Who he wants to get into power.
Yes, exactly.
For some reason.
So this is the thing, is JP Morgan is accusing her of aiding Epstein by sending him the draft language of a bill that would restrict the travel of convicted sex offenders like him. Emails show that she did send him draft language in 2011 and asked, will this work for you? This is legislation going to the fucking... And this is what the fucking, this is how they're conducting business.
I think it's corruption in a way that a lot of people can't even imagine, which is like, it's not just like somebody getting away with something.
No.
This is
people influencing the fucking laws
because
they are paying for people's campaigns and tuitions and fucking vacations. So,
but it's like, hey, will this work for you? Like, I do want my pedophile friend to be able to get here and do pedophile stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
so
what I'm saying. This goes beyond any type of normal corruption. It goes,
will it work for you? In follow-up emails, Epstein made further tweaks to the language that would have allowed him to take longer trips out of the territory and afforded him more privacy. If we are not careful, a list of who I stay with should violate my privacy, restrict my business and livelihood, he wrote. So this De Jong character, who is advising Stacey Plasket in her campaigns, is also asking Jeffrey fucking Epstein whether or not the laws that they're writing are going to be okay with
That's what
him.
I'm saying. It's fucking crazy.
Okay.
I mean, so they're basically consulting the world's most famous the pedophile
And if somebody's working and the idea that this woman had no idea what he was into and is also asking him if these sex offender laws are going to be okay with him.
It'll work for you?
Yeah, this is before he was actually convicted, when she was first working with him.
Okay.
So she had prior knowledge. So this is what I'm saying is
they all knew what was going on.
Yes. Now, so by proxy, you have Stacey Plasket asking for campaign donations as late as 2018 explicitly. And this was like just before he was arrested and killed killed himself.
Okay.
Now,
or whatever happened. He's found that fucking island from The Prisoner.
Yeah, exactly.
What was that show?
Was extradited. The fucking...
That was where they took the guy from Secret Agent Man or something.
Yeah, and he just got to live.
Yeah, he had to just live with all the other CIA assets on a weird island where a bubble would chase you. What a dumb thing.
Okay, so now in all of this, now Stacey Plasket's my direct object of my ire.
Yeah.
But but I'm painting this picture that this De Jong lady, the first lady of the Virgin Islands, that was intimately working with both Stacey Plasket and Jeffrey Epstein pre and post his conviction as a child sex trafficker.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, again, I want to point out what the media keeps and kept. Now it's not even in the media somehow. We had a billionaire fucking pedophile ring exposed, and literally one woman was named, and that was the only one that was because she was couldn't get out of it.
Cameras went out, guards fell asleep.
Yes.
It's over.
Exactly. It's done. Sorry. It died with him.
No more story.
No.
Remember what they kept saying the whole time during the Ghislaine Maxwell trial? Was,
Yeah.
Ordinarily, we'd take a person like this and use her to go higher up the chain, but in this case, he's already gone.
Yeah.
He was the only
And he
one,
killed
so-
himself.
Yeah. Oh, well.
But my thing is when you're looking at what these people must have known about Jeffrey Epstein, and these are people in our fucking Congress and in our governing bodies.
Yeah.
You have to look at the actual nature of Epstein's crimes. Now, this is going to bring us to a little article by the Daily Beast. New Jeffrey Epstein victims, including 11-year-old girl, come forward. Now, this is not the 17-year-old, 18-year-old, barely legal bullshit.
Yeah, they tried to spin it that way for a long time, which, again, you got to wonder who has the power
doing this?
to do
Yeah.
that type of a
Exactly.
of a spin, yeah.
Who's filtering what comes out and what is censored in these
Because
publications?
obviously, somebody very powerful wants this to be the narrative. You know?
Exactly.
And so,
And why do they want that?
I've been seeing this more and more the past few months where people are coming out and going, look, no. This was 10, 11, 12-year-old
Yes.
kids. You know,
Yeah.
like this wasn't something of like, oh, they're wild rich guys and they're into, 17, 18-year-old girls. No.
Which is
it's not.
the picture that was painted.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so this is a Florida woman alleges Jeffrey Epstein sexually assaulted her when she was 11 years old, is among 9 accusers who have filed a new lawsuit against millionaire pedophile's estate. Okay, this goes on, but 5 of the women in the lawsuit, Now, let me see here. Okay. Some of the most shocking claims detailed in the new suit relate to the woman from Tennessee who alleges abuse started in 78. So this is all the way back in 1978.
Yeah.
When she was 13 and continued for a long period. Epstein sexually assaulted, abused, battered, and raped her multiple times. This assault is the oldest abuse allegation against Epstein, who would have been 25 at the time and working on Wall Street. Now, a woman from Florida alleges in the suit that in 1993, when she was just 11 years old, Epstein sexually assaulted, abused, battered, and digitally penetrated her on 3 separate occasions. She also alleges Epstein forced her to perform oral sex on him, according to the lawsuit. Now, this is not the picture that was painted in mainstream media about what was going on his island. Mostly because people like fucking Bill Clinton are on that island 50 times.
Sure, yeah.
And people like George Bush and people like, we all know
Everybody,
the names. We all
yeah.
know the names. So now this is the true nature.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks,
Yeah.
yes. This is the true nature of what was actually going on there, right? Now, another level of this, if we want to go a little further,
You're like Geraldo tonight.
is Epstein mystery millionaire model agency boss who had key info on Epstein's scandal suddenly vanishes like a ghost without a trace.
Hold on. Wait. Sorry.
Yeah.
Billionaire model agency boss who had key info on Jeffrey Epstein's scandal suddenly vanishes like go. Okay.
All right, now
Just want to make
let
sure
me
I
say
absorb
this.
that. But okay.
Now, on the original allegations by what's her name, Gouffre, who was like the first one to come.
Yeah. I remember her. The original one that started it all.
She started it all.
First of his victims to speak out.
Speak out in Florida, where he was
Yeah.
actually convicted. So what she was alleging is, and she was the one with the pictures of her with Prince Andrew and all of these things.
Yeah, right.
So she was a confidant of Epstein's eventually, but it first started where she was asked to be a masseuse when she was like, 14, 15 years old and started, getting raped by this guy. And now, but what she had said is in the London offices, in the European offices, he would use a modeling agency over there to procure 11 and 12-year-old girls for his sexual appetites.
Okay.
This is the guy that allegedly provided these things.
He's part of the network.
He's
Okay.
a big part of the network, but he vanished.
He's like the Jimmy Savile of this operation.
How could anyone find him?
Right. Yeah. Right.
They can only go through every single fucking thing you've ever done, ever, all the time.
Right.
It's impossible to find somebody. So let's. Just take a look.
Isn't it funny how sometimes they just have such trouble with this stuff?
It's so
and it's
hard.
Like, yeah, but
especially a huge millionaire fucking model boss.
Chris Dorner Remember that guy who killed a cop and disappeared into fucking thin air?
Yeah.
He's in the middle of the goddamn wilderness in a cabin. They found him in like 3 hours.
Yeah, that day he was dead.
I mean, Jesus Christ.
He was fucking dead.
They burned him alive.
Oh, yeah, they burned him alive in a cabin.
That day.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is a little far-fetched at the demand. But, okay, let's take a look at this article. Jeffrey Epstein's fixer pal, who allegedly had key info on the U.S. sex fiend, had disappeared like a ghost, according to reports. Jean-Luc Brunel. Now, everyone should know that name if you're ever into fashion at all. Jean-Luc Brunel is a very well-known name in the fashion industry.
Is it? Okay.
Was accused in U.S. court documents of procuring young girls for the American pedo, accusations he had always denied. Now, there's one part where I would... so... Shocking court documents previously emerged suggesting Brunel offered Epstein 2 8-year-old girls to sexually abuse. Messages left for the American pedo on his alleged fixer or by his describe a female 2 times 8 years old willing to give Russian lessons. Now this isn't okay. Epstein victim Virginia Roberts, who is actually Virginia Giuffre now, also claimed in court documents that Brunel would bring young girls ranging to ages as young as 12 to the United States for sexual purposes and to farm them out to his friends, especially Epstein.
What are Russian lessons?
Who knows? These guys are all no, I have no idea.
Yeah.
But it probably means they're Russian kids. I don't know because
who knows? They have all these weird codes for whatever they're wanting to do. Yeah, we don't even really need to look it up, but probably shouldn't actually.
Yeah. What the fuck is this?
What is going on there?
Yeah, what is this? Huh. Hold on a second.
Kind of dig it, but
yeah, it's pretty cool.
There's a commercial on our background.
Yeah. Hey, Shopify, everyone.
Unfortunate.
Go get it.
Yeah. There we go. I mean, they're paying us for that.
Yeah, that was just a quick ad spot for them. All right. Last but not least, Jean-Luc Brunel, who we were just talking about. Yeah?
Yeah.
You remember this man? We were just talking about him. Hey, guess what happened to him? He was abducted. Modeling agent linked to Jeffrey Epstein found dead in prison cell.
Oh, okay.
His death comes less than 3 years after Epstein was found dead in his prison cell in New York while he was awaiting trial on federal sex trafficking charges. Now, a French modeling agent linked to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein was found dead in his prison cell on Saturday. It appeared that Jean-Luc Brunel, 75, died by suicide because he was discovered dead from hanging himself with sheets. Oh, hey, the same exact thing that happened to Epstein.
They've been making people kill themselves like that for a million years. I mean, that's the oldest trick in the book, right?
Yeah, I mean, is this... So my point, all of this coming back to Stacey Plasket, who grandstands and has this fucking attitude of moral superiority to everyone she talks to. She condescends everyone constantly. She's always talking about being, the fucking purveyor of equality and all this bullshit. Hey, you were fucking involved with a guy who was banging 8-year-olds, you fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
And now she wants to join the woke brigade.
Yeah.
And
fuck you, motherfucker. And all you other motherfuckers that do this shit too. Fuck you.
This is the same thing with what I was talking about with the fucking band program. It's like they were all over us about fucking smoking weed and having a drink on the weekend or fucking doing this or doing that, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, they're running a dark fucking secret network of kid sex.
Yeah.
And
here's the other thing. Now, let's look at some of these throwing her voice into that lady's mouth. Tablet typing skills, dismal. Don't board learn from Penn State and FedGov. I don't know. You're type. Yeah, okay. Now, here's another thing, though. This is another part of this. Is I put that fucking piece together in 5 minutes today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not an investigative journalist. Why the fuck isn't anyone putting these things together and putting them out? Right. There's a reason. There is a reason. Why is a movie that isn't even about what they say it's about, like Sound of Freedom, that just is about kids being sex trafficked, smeared and tried to be fucking erased and marginalized? Why are these things going on? There's a reason. It's because this exists at the highest levels of fucking governments and influence and entertainment and clergy. And this has been well known forever. My fucking dad used to tell me this shit when I was a child.
Yeah.
Like that they did this, that they used kids to blackmail politicians once they got to a certain level of power.
Oh,
because
sure.
they had to have them. They had to have insurance that they would play ball when they needed to fucking play ball.
I mean,
this was
yeah.
in the 80s. You know what I mean? This is way before any of this
and it's
shit.
been hinted at in how many movies and books and whatever the fuck,
Yeah.
or outright told about, or whatever.
I mean,
you know,
the Catholic Church is the biggest obvious. I mean, they've been out and out doing it for fucking ever.
it's like their whole thing. Yeah,
That's like what they're known for now.
Right.
That's like an open and standing joke about them. Like, oh, you didn't get raped by your priest. It's like, haha. But also, what the fuck?
Yeah, right.
Like, we just have priests raping children. And fucking yeah. And then the Jimmy Savile thing, where it was like, he had all these. He was wildly wealthy and fucking rubbing elbows with royalty constantly and all this
Sure.
shit and building children's hospitals and then like allegedly killing kids, having sex with young toddlers and kids. And
Jimmy
it's
Savile,
like,
you're talking about?
Yeah, Jimmy
I mean,
fucking
it was
Savile.
100% confirmed that after his death, I mean,
Yeah.
they found all kinds of fucking evidence of his pedophilia and him supplying children for, like elites in their
Networks.
society. Yeah,
Exactly.
right.
And I know I don't want to beat this into the ground, this whole subject, but dude, this is a real fucking subject that needs to be looked at.
It's pretty crazy because it persists because of how unpleasant it is to talk about.
Yeah, because
So
nobody wants to talk about it, or I think even more than that, I think people don't want to believe that it's real.
That's too. Yeah, it's inconceivable to most. I think. You know what I mean? And is there a problem or no?
I fucking hope not. No.
okay.
I thought we were stopped on Facebook. I was like,
Oh shit!
but no, we're going.
We won.
Connie says, I wanted to get my son into acting when he was around 5 because he was so charismatic and whatnot. My dad said, Connie, no, Hollywood is just a bunch of pedophiles. That was over 30 years ago.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean,
well, a lot of people have known this for a long time. I mean, fuck, this goes back to goddamn Wizard of Oz, Judy Garland.
yeah, Judy
You know,
Garland
I mean,
and what's his not Andy Rooney, Mickey Rooney. Those two
Sure.
were like the hot topic of the day, and both of those two were Shirley Temple.
oh yeah, I have to think there was stuff going on there, right? I mean,
Yeah,
she's basically there's the videos of her like fucking doing like Betty
adult-
Boop style
exactly, like
dances
little
for old
seductive
businessmen
shit.
on a plane and shit. Like,
dude,
yeah,
I'll tell
it's-
you what, man. Maybe next week, and like I say, now JT says keep bringing it up no matter what. I mean, if you guys don't mind, because I have. It's odd. I'm gonna say this: before the fucking movie Sound of Freedom came out, I had gotten a hold of Vinny and been like, dude. Man, I'm back down the fucking rabbit hole because neither of us had been in this world for a while. We'd both kind of just been like, yeah, it's going on. We both were familiar with the Franklin cover-up, the documentary Conspiracy of Silence, the whole fucking Gunderson report, Ted Gunderson, and all the suspicious deaths of the investigator. We were both very well aware of that.
and that similar things that go all the way back to ancient Egypt. You know.
Yeah, really,
yeah.
death cults
Yeah,
So, but for whatever reason, suddenly this stuff started coming up on my news feed or on my suggestions, and I was like, "What is this?" And these are people that have survived literally what we're talking about: ritualistic, torture and abuse, sexual abuse at the hands of elites. And this one case I may profile on here is a woman named Annika Lucas, who was sold into this by her own mother and basically was abused by aristocrats. And this was in Belgium, and it ties into this other fucking case. It's insane the way that this is all there documented, and everyone could just look at it, and yet nobody see. This is what I was going to say. I think most people can't handle thinking that the world is that world.
Yeah.
Like they just can't have that being, what their world is really predicated on, because that is the foundation, sort of. You know what I mean? If you look at it in one way, it's like that's who runs everything. They're kept in line by being blackmailed. Then they're also brought up in this so that they then they perpetrate it on the next generation. It's like this weird. So it is sort of what our entire society is kind of predicated on currently.
Yeah, and it is kind of just like a virus that's loose. And
Yes,
it self-replicates.
and it needs to be. Exactly.
Yeah.
And everyone knows abusers abuse. This is just fucking common psychiatric knowledge.
And they normalize it.
And they
becomes,
they do
right.
everything that they can to fucking obfuscate anything that sort of points towards it, and muddy waters when it needs to be. And these people are The girl Annika Lucas's story is fascinating because of like where she went eventually. It's very so I don't know. Yeah, I didn't want to. Yeah, Kathy O'Brien, her story is fucking horrible. Tony says sunlight is the best disinfectant. Plus, we've known this forever. Yes, that's my brother. Yeah, Shirley Temple wrote a book. Okay, I didn't even know that. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't want to keep on, the same subject, and because this is supposed to be a comedy show. We're doing here.
It's a very odd combination of things that we do. Of like trying to solve like literally the worst problems known to man, and then just like making dumb jokes about
and then
fat
ripping
people,
on fucking disc golfers,
right? Yeah.
Watching some girl fall off a horse,
harassing trans disc golfers. Yeah,
it's idiotic.
We do both. Yeah. Oh no, I mean it's whatever.
But it's fucking crazy.
It's an issue that's hard not to care about, and so yeah.
Yeah. So all right.
But then I think the main point too is that's your representative government.
Yeah.
That's how it works behind the scenes. They send the pedophiles the laws while they're writing them to make sure that it'll work out okay for them, and there's a loophole somewhere that they can use. I mean,
it's insane.
That's beyond. Some guy with oil interests buying off a fucking senator.
That's what I mean. It's way worse than people would like to think.
Yeah,
it's not the typical corruption. This is not, like you said, the boss hog boys trying to fucking, skim money and strong arm businesses for protection. Or this is like
it's not getting a fucking
this is not
an asphalt contract. You know
exactly.
what I mean? It's This
is some really, really fucking dark shit.
Yep.
And I just think that it sort of needs to be, highlighted sometimes.
All right.
So anywho.